The Poet and the Weaver. Long ago, in the gentle days of Tang Dynasty, when paper was still handmade and poets held more power than generals, there lived a young woman named Lian and a scholar named Jun. Lian lived in the age of Liang in a house tucked beside the Yi River. Her family were silk weavers, and every morning the hum of looms floated from their workshop like a song. Lian was known for the delicate silks she made, dyed in soft plum and cloud white, stitched with cranes and bamboo. But her true gift was how she listened to the wind, to the river, and most of all, to the words others didn't say. June was a young poet and clerk at the city library, where scrolls lined with walls like the trunks of an ancient forest. He had studied under a former student of Bai Ju, one of the greatest poets of the age. June spent his days transcribing old verses and his nights walking under the stars, composing lines no one ever read. One spring day, June wandered into Lian's market stall, looking for a gift for his mother. But he stayed longer than needed, drawn not to the silk, but to Lian's quiet voice and the way she tilted her head as she listened. He bought nothing, but returned the next day with a single line of poetry he had written. It said, "The river moves, the clouds drift, but I remain waiting." Lian read it, said nothing, and handed him a thread of blue silk. So began a slow, shy courtship, one without formal letters or declarations. June would leave poems near her stall. Lian would reply with threads of color. Red meant joy. Green meant longing. Silver, sadness. One evening, the plum trees bloomed across the city walls. June left his boldest poem yet. In dreams, I meet you on a bridge of stars. In walking, I return to find you gone. And with it, he left a small lacquered box, inside which was a single hairpin carved from sandalwood. Lian took it and wore it in her hair the next day. But, as it's so often true in love and in life, fate turned. June was summoned to Chang'an, the capital, to take the civil service exam. It was the only path to official rank and security, the only way a scholar could ever hope to support a wife. He came to say goodbye, but his words faltered. Lian handed him a piece of silk, deep gold and embroidered with waves. "You must go," she said. "But if your heart still remembers me, come home when plum trees bloom." He nodded and left her with her gift tucked beneath his robes. Years passed. June passed the exam with honors. He became a magistrate in Far City, then a teacher in the mountains near Jiang. He wrote verses that were copied across tea houses and temples, but none of them felt quite right, not like the poems he had written for her. Each spring, he returned to Luoyang, But her stall was gone. Her house was quiet. He asked no one. He wrote no more poems. Until one spring, when he was already an old man with white in his beard, he returned once more. The plum trees were in bloom, as they had always been, and by the Yi River, where the weavers once worked, he found a small shrine with a red ribbon tied to its gate. Inside was a silk fan, woven long ago and embroidered with the words, "The river moves, the clouds drift, but I remain waiting." He sat beside the shrine as the sun set. He did not cry, for the years had worn away his tears, but he whispered her name, and he let the quiet hold him. And that night, under the sky full of stars, he dreamt of Lian. Not as he last saw her, but as she was on that first day, with a blue thread between her fingers and a smile she only half revealed. In the dream, they walked together through the plum trees, hand in hand, as they had always went. So rest now, listener. Let the river flow, let the clouds drift, but heart remembers that time cannot take. And love, like poetry, never truly ends. It only waits, white as silk, soft as moonlight, ready to return, even if it just